more in line with things, and that's just not the truth. That's not the truth. God's definitely put it on my heart just to still be like a humble servant and to not brag and to not showcase everything. I find it very difficult personally to, sorry, I'm in a spinny chair and now I'm spinning. So sorry if it was distracting. Charlotte, thank you for the follow. But I definitely, Danish, thank you for the follow. Good morning. I definitely find it interesting because personally, I have a hard time distinguishing, I'm spinning away. I have a hard time distinguishing between like acknowledging my accomplishments, but then coming off as like braggy, you know? And I don't want to do that. So there's a fine line to have there. Because I don't want to come off as like, oh, I'm better than you because I have X, Y, and Z and I've done X, Y, and Z. But it's also like, I feel like a lot of times I'm not able to share as openly and honestly about the things that like I'm really excited about because other people are like, okay, well, now you're just bragging. And I'm like, that's not what I'm trying to do though. Do you know what I mean? And I don't want that. That's not the goal. So I personally struggle with like distinguishing that fine line of what this looks like. Yeah, that's my struggle. It's a balance thing because there are things you're good at and things God did through us. Ooh, that's a good point. That is a really, really good point. I'm thinking. Because that is definitely a very, very valid point, Dev. It's a good perspective to have. I personally hadn't thought of that one, but I like where you're going. I do. And then for me, like I will get convicted. How does he respond to you? He convicts me a lot. It's like everything I open, like I'll listen to a song and I'm like, oh, or I'll listen to an audiobook that I have right now. It's called something. I don't know. I forget the name, but it's by Lisa Turkist. I can put it in the Discord. It's just an audiobook. I got it for free on Libby. If you don't have Libby, get Libby. It's awesome. Adil, thank you for the follow. But yeah, it's just like the coolest. It's so nice, you know, but she'll read something. Ooh, that's good. Like I'll read something and I'm like, okay, I get convicted from this story and it has nothing to do with me. She has no idea who I am, but it's God working through me. Like this sermon yesterday was so convicting for me. It was talking about like vision is coming, and we were talking about 1 Samuel and 2 Samuel, and I was like, I just finished these. Like it was crazy. The timing of it was crazy, but that's God, you know. Kenza, thank you for the follow. Dev said, so for example, the difference between like things that you're good at versus things that God is doing through us is Dev put in an example of like him being good at bowling. My mom's really good at bowling too. Because you worked at it. Whereas God used you in those situations of bowling to connect with other people. And that is a beautiful example. So thank you for putting that in here. It definitely helps put it into perspective, right? Like naturally, I've always been a communicator. I love talking. I love sharing knowledge. I love being able to do that in various formats, right? Like writing is so therapeutic to me. I love journaling, love getting my thoughts out. I love talking about it. And so for me, you know, I created a blog that wasn't really in alignment with what I needed it to be, so it didn't prosper. I made a couple sales here and there, got some good traction on it, but it wasn't anything like overly successful. Meanwhile, TikTok, I started TikTok because I was like trying to promote this blog website, and again, nothing was working because it wasn't in alignment. And then I was like growing deeper in my faith, and I said, okay, I guess I'll just start posting about this because no one else in my family is really on the same journey as me. So I feel kind of alone. And my boyfriend at the time claimed he was Christian, but like he didn't go to church and he didn't, you know, do anything. So it was really like me just trying to hold myself accountable on spending time with God. And so I did that through you guys, right? And so I did that through TikTok. But little did I know, I would have a community that would get built out and supportive and show up for me in ways that like you guys don't even fully understand. And I had prayed that prayer 3 years ago. Do you know what I mean? So like God was working on it, and he said, great, I'm happy you're using your skill set of communication to build out a blog, but this is not going to get you what you need, right? Yeah, it'll make you a couple bucks here and there, but it's not going to get you what you need. You want a community. And so I started to find that on TikTok, and we definitely have built out a community in a handful of different ways. And for that, I didn't start